to fight Anderson Silva at the time in Meca 4. And
He's lucky you didn't take that.
Yeah, well, you know, and that's the thing. Here's the thing. At the time, you know, I had already watched a couple of his fights and everything, and I honestly I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at all, honestly. That would have been my first fight, you know, since that fight in '98. But I was game. And so I went to Rio and I did a camp for it. I stayed 10 days at Cromados and then came back to Brasilia. And then they prolonged the event for a month later. Hujimar and all those guys from Shooter Box, that were setting up the event. They said, you know, no, that's another guy. That's the IBCWDC guy. This was actual Hujimar Fedrigo, the owner of Shooter Box Gym. But either way, they put the fight back. And in this time, I sort of like, I just got tired of training, basically, man. They'd set it back like twice at that point, the event date. And it wasn't like today. It wasn't like, oh, no, you know, here in a month or two, we just need a new venue or whatever. At the time, it was always like, it just what it is what it is. There's, you know, it wasn't a real sport even. So, you know, they set it back a month, and then that next month they set it back again. During that time, I just let it go, and he ended up fighting another guy, which thank God, right? Like you said, Mike, I wasn't ready for sure. I mean, in at that time, though, I was game for it, you know, but I would have done it. I would have took in my lumps, man. But he fought Claudio Foncinelli, a guy that I ended up fighting later. But anyways, that's what I did in those 4 years, man. I basically
what was the
high
payday
school.
on that?
Oh man, it wouldn't have been much. I mean, I don't even remember at the time. It wouldn't have been much. I mean, the guy that was getting me fights at that time was a guy out of São Paulo, anyways. And I mean, I didn't even know him face to face. He might have been telling me something, and it was something else. And he's like giving me.
You can have $1,000 on a $5,000 fight, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got a question there. So it sounds like, you know, did you realize really that you were